Hello everyone, I'm here on my ship, which is the agent ship. Most classes get separate ships, although the Jedi's ships are the same and the Sith ships are the same. But the agent that I am, and bounty hunter and trooper and smuggler, they all get individual ships. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and talk to Kaleo. Over here is the cargo hold, which, see, I don't have any items to put in there. I'm going to be selling these. And Cleo is resting outside the cargo hold, the engine room, and the crew quarters.
So we're clear. Imperial rations are nasty, and I lived on grubs and 2-credit wine for a year. They raise you on those things. No wonder you're a bunch of stiffs.
You make it sound like you don't like the Imperial lifestyle.
Only time I kneel is to puke in the refresher. Here's what I don't get. You got a little brass, you got a little style. You're not totally one of them. But you still play keeper's pet. Shoot all the right people when you could work for... whoever.
I get to lie, cheat, and murder legally and for profit.
I'll give you that, but you could do better. Me? I'm in long enough to lay low, pick up some cash, sort out some personal stuff you guys can help with. Then I'm gone.
Who knows? I show you a good time. You might change your mind.
You're fun, Agent, but you're not that fun.
And that was the first of her ship conversations. You notice that you can't have companions with you, like, summoned on board the ship. That's because this is where the companions live. It's your hub. It's sort of like how the Imperial Station and the Republic Station are the hub for every player. Your ship is your hub for your class story. Now, there are a few things that I thought of while I was offline that I haven't explained yet. Number one, there are these things called, what are they called? Datacrons, which are cubes that hold information. Datacrons are scattered all over the game. They're hidden in places, and when you get close to them, they kind of sing an electronic tone, like a little robot choir, like that. And they'll give you a point towards one of your aspects if you click on them. They don't do a whole lot, and they're very difficult to find, especially since a lot of them require platforming skills, and this game is not good at platforming. The jump system is not intuitive, and so it's half impossible to reach them. So I don't tend to go looking for them. There are also world bosses that are scattered around the game. They'll be hidden in hard-to-reach locations, sort of like the Datacrons, and you have to have a big group to fight them because you get leveled down. No matter how high a level you are, you get leveled down to the planet's average level when you get on it, and it's very difficult to fight them. So when you have the companions down in the corner, I'll have to show it to you next time I'm on a planet, you'll notice that you have different roles that you can pick. I always have my companion set to the healing role. This makes the game easiest to get through. Now, there are a lot of people who don't like keeping it there. You can also set them to tank or damage, and a lot of people like using those instead to get through fights faster or to do the most damage possible. I prefer having the healer because I'm not that great at gaming in general, and I like having that fallback plan.
Nice digs. Think you got a message on that thing.
Download and begin playback.
Cypher 9, Intelligence is finalizing your target list, but in the meantime, there's a formality we need to address. With Darth Jadis' demise, his seat on the Dark Council has opened. It will be filled by his daughter and sole apprentice, Darth Jorid.
Jadis has a daughter?
Lord Jorid demands to meet with you. Proceed to Korriban at once. She has authorized your presence in the Sith Academy.
What are the odds she blames me for her father's assassination?
I'll give you 2 to 1. You know how to make friends in high places. Give me a shout if you need something. I'm gonna see how they stock the lounge.
Now we use the world map, or galaxy map, to travel to Korriban, which Korriban is the Sith beginning planet. If you're a Sith Juggernaut, or a Sith warrior or a Sith Inquisitor, Juggernaut's a kind of warrior. If you're a warrior or an Inquisitor, you start here instead of on Hutta like I did. And then the exit is over by 2BR8 over here. I could have showed you through the window on the captain's area. You can see the planet as it comes up. I'll show you when we get to Balmora, but I wanted to hurry and get off the ship this time. So this is the orbital station around Korriban. Every planet has an orbital station, but for the first good 5 or 6 planets, you don't need to go on it. It's only once you get to a slightly higher level that you have to go through the orbital station for almost every planet. I think that they should just let you be able to go directly to the planet without making you go through the orbital station and talk to people up here. It's just an extra step, a fake complication that doesn't need to be there. It's filler, and I think that it's not necessary filler. I think that Korriban is kind of... Oh, here, you can hear it. That's one of the datacrons. Here, this is a datacron. This one's one of the easier ones to find, so I'll just show you how it works. You right-click on it, and... Oh, I guess they changed it. You can only do this once per legacy now. I forgot about that. Once one of your characters on that server has done it, then you can no longer have any of the characters on that server do it. It's just applied to all of them. But this is what they look like and what they sound like. So if you're looking for collectibles, then that's what you need to look for. Anyway, I think that this planet is pretty in its own way, but it's also very monotonous and very intense as far as class openings go, because, you know, the Sith are the Sith. I think that it would be a little prettier if the plants growing out of the sand and the little flowers weren't all the same shade of brown-red.
Alright, make me look
This
good.
is my new pet. Because I am logged in, I don't even have to be a subscriber. I just get this pet because I have an account. It's in honor of the Squadrons game that just came out, which I personally don't think is a very fun game, just because I'm not into flight simulators and all the game is flying and shooting a laser. You don't even get, you know, planetary exploring or more than one kind of weapon to choose from. You just have your laser. And sure, other people find that fun. My dad would find the game very fun. He loves games like that, but I like games with a little bit more diversity in gameplay. Why is she looking up like that? Her back is broken. She's been possessed. We need to get in a priest. Okay, she's better now.
Alright, make me look good.
Maybe the ghost just haunts the elevator.
Look who made it all the way to Korriban. I think we have a visitor.
Yes, my lord.
Commander, I want to be informal with my bodyguards.
Yes, Lady Jared.
Delightful.
Jard.
You, my pretty alien. Don't you find my bodyguards delightful?
I'm afraid I don't share your views.
Oh. How difficult it must be to live your life with so little taste. Delightful bodyguard?
I have a request.
Yes, my lady?
Kill our visitor, please.
As you wish. She's as good as dead.
Have to get used to my attacks all over again. I started getting a little bit ahead of the story just by one planet with one of my other characters, and now I'm all mixed up on what any of these abilities do.
Wonderful. My poor bodyguards.
I'm starting to get a little peeved, and a little creeped out.
We haven't been introduced. I'm Darth Jorid, Lord of the Dark Council and successor to Darth Jadis. I hear you're investigating my father's assassination. I wanted to see if you were worthy.
You tried to kill me.
I didn't try to kill you. I had my servants try to kill you. I could sense your feelings during the fight. I think you'll do nicely tracking these terrorists. But are you really sure that this eagle killed the mighty Darth Jadis?
If you have another theory, why don't you tell me?
I should make you crawl and beg for my wisdom. Later, perhaps. Jadis. Jadis believed in spreading fear and anger to every planet and species in the Empire. Even to creatures like you. Perhaps his ambitions drew too much attention. Any one of his rivals on the Dark Council might have killed him.
You're his daughter. How did you feel about him?
Oh, I hated my father. He taught me to keep my emotions seething inside and show no one. I disobeyed. Chase after your terrorists. Save the lives of your Imperial friends, but if you learn who's really responsible, come to me. I've earned my place on the Dark Council, and I won't share my father's fate. Dismissed.
So she's a wacko, but she's pretty common for the Sith. You know, when you play in the Sith storylines for the Inquisitor and the Warrior, you know a lot more wacko Siths. That's pretty much everyone you meet is a wacko Sith. Something about the dark side just like twists their minds, makes them insane. It's weird too because you would consider the Sith Empire a valid worldview, a belief system that is different from the Jedi's belief system, except for the fact that half the people are psycho because of the way they focus on the dark energies. If they were a little bit more like Revan and accepted a little bit more of the light side into their discipline, then maybe they would all be a little bit saner, but they're not. It's too bad too because in the modern Star Wars, most of the Sith have been prosecuted the same as the Jedi. There are hardly any proper Sith left. Even Ben, he isn't really a Sith. He's just mimicking Darth Vader. He doesn't have a proper Sith mentor. He only has a gross test tube clone that's made by Palpatine. He doesn't have, Sith training, Sith apprenticeship, Sith acolyte promotions. The whole culture of the Sith is just completely lost to time, much more so than Jedi. Even the Sith species, the red-skinned ones with tendrils on their faces, they have been completely lost by the time the Star Wars movies go around. It's all just gone. And since the Sith alphabet is considered bad, which is actually a little anti-Semitic because the Sith alphabet is based on the Hebrew alphabet, they just decided that the Hebrew alphabet looked exotic and chose to base all the letters on that, which, don't do that, folks. That's kind of racist no matter which culture you pull your letters from. But it's unfortunate how even the few good parts that were a part of his culture are just gone.
This is Cipher 9 to headquarters. Do you have my target list?
Watcher 2 here. I've finished preliminary mapping of the Eagle's network. Your designated targets are terror cells located on Balmora, near the Republic border, and on Nar Shaddaa in Hutt space.
I was expecting a few more than that.
We have other operatives handling the low-priority cells, but I expect your list to grow instead of shrink as we learn more. Contact me once you've arrived at either location, Cipher. Watcher 2 out.
Right, now I will show you what it looks like when you travel via the command deck. We have to go to Balmora first. So you can see the ship turns, it goes to hyperspace, and now we're here.
What's the situation?
Sorry about my phone.
This doesn't exactly sound legit.
Sorry about that, Cipher 9. Welcome to the Eastern Galactic Front. This whole star system is a crisis point. Republic and Empire are testing one another's strength. Meanwhile, the terrorists lurk in the middle.
So, to sum up, I'm walking into a war zone.
That's essentially correct. It can't be avoided, however. The Eagle's men are using the war as a cover for local activities. Balmora is their training ground. Cell members recruit, instruct, and arm new terrorists here, fresh soldiers destined for other points in the network. It's a vital part of the system.
So, where do I sign up to join?
That I can't tell you, but you have the right idea. To dismantle the terror cell there, you'll need local support. I'm alerting one of our officials to your presence. Lieutenant Renald is the station chief in Sobrik, the Imperial settlement where you landed. He runs intelligence operations on Balmora and can brief you more thoroughly.
What's your assessment of the man?
He's worked for us for decades. I've never met him, but I expect he's loyal. Renald runs his affairs out of the back of an arms dealership. He'll be waiting for you when you arrive. Move quickly on this one, Cipher 9, and watch what you say. If things go bad, you'll have half a planet gunning for you.
Now, with Nar Shaddaa, that's going to be after Balmora, so right now I'm going to untrack it. If I want to retrack it, I just hit, let's see, not J, L for log. Now, Balmora is an interesting planet because it is a parallel to the Republic's first planet after the capital. The Republic, you go to Terrace, and both Terrace and Balmora are hazard points for the Republic and the Empire, respectively. They are where you do a storyline that will allow you to win the planet for whichever party you're part of. Then, much later on, you go to the opposite planets. The Empire goes to Terrace and the Republic goes to Balmora, and you win the planet from the opposite faction. It's a very interesting parallel, and I think is a good part of the story writing. The thing that I don't like is that for Corellia, which is the last planet in Book 1, or perhaps Book 2, the last planet that is a normal planet that you go to before the DLC, you have the Empire and the Republic both go there at the same time, and in both of their stories, they say that they win the planet. It's the first time that they make a completely conflicting story with two endings that don't match together at all on the same planet. There's a lot of problems with Corellia, but that's one of the most frustrating, is that you don't actually know what the story is because both endings are opposite, and they're happening at the same time.
Agent, good to see the Empire's finest hitting up this bombed-out crater. Captain Rigel, Imperial Conquest Consolidation Corps. When the Empire invades, we're the ones who seal the deal. Don't suppose you're aware of the situation here on Balmora?
I must not be a very good agent if people can just recognize me by sight.
I'm sure you'll fill me in.
The Empire invaded Balmora in the last war, but we've been spinning our wheels in the mud ever since. Resistance fighters think they can drive the Empire off Balmora. We're here to prove them wrong.
What does this have to do with me?
We want the best Sith agents and guns for hire in the galaxy to put this war down once and for all. The Balmoran government in exile, backed by Minister of Defense Vol Argen, is giving us fits, backing a strong faction of the Resistance. The Minister is safely off planet, but if we break his allies here, we break him. We break him, we break the Resistance.
Why doesn't Imperial Intelligence just have him assassinated?
Yeah, I get your thinking. Cut off the head and kill the body, except Resistance movements aren't organisms, exactly. If we took out Argen, it'd be big, but as long as his power base stands, some other idealist is bound to step in. That's why we need to take everything out. Do we have the privilege of your support?
I suppose I could give it a look.
My second-in-command, Lieutenant Davril, is in Sobrick, waiting to brief you on the operation's first mission, if you decide you're in. He's got plans to blow the Balmoran resistance sky high. I think you'll like them.
Mercenary. What? Why? Why? Why is Mako naked? Why? What is this person's problem? I hate when they do that. They're not sex toys. They're characters.
I thought this place was supposed to be pacified. We're in the middle of a war zone.
Evidently Kalia wasn't listening to the mission briefing.
Agent, I hope you're tough. I hope you like to get dirty. The battle for Balmora can only be won with blood, sweat, and tears. Our sweat, their blood and tears. The government in exile, the resistance, cowards. We're going to bury them in their little hidey holes.
Yes, I get it. We're going to crush the resistance. What's your point?
The old government's sending generators to the resistance, powering their artillery. The resistance has given pardons to Balmora's worst killers in exchange for a little guard duty. Phase 1 of Operation Breaking Point is to destroy those generators and put those killers to sleep. You in?
I can spare a minute.
You find the time. You rain death. The generators are in the Nibre warehouse. If you can blow them to pieces, you'll show the Balmoran resistance it takes more than cold-blooded killers to stop the Empire.
Now, this is where we have to find the marketplace. I already have to talk to people down there. There's the market. Specialty goods, 14, 18, 22. I guess maybe I should wait. I'm almost level 22, but I do need this outfit if I'm going to be undercover. I guess I'll have to get level 18 mods then. It's unfortunate, but it's what's available. Okay. Here is where the mod vendors are. You have mod vendors on each planet. Now, what you're going to want to do is get mods for each part of your outfit and your weapon. You can't forget your weapon. So that's armoring, mod, and enhancement, except for, let's see, the bracer and the belt only has armoring mod. So you have to get an enhancement for the gun too. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 armoring, 6 enhancements, and 8 mods. Now, these all have specific stats. Accuracy is important for the agent, along with power and presence. Power not as much power as more for Sith and Jedi, but it's still decent. Mod. So this gives you a small amount of power. I like the one with more endurance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Good hunting.
Next. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm control right clicking. That is what allows you to put in your modifications. Control right click. Control left click is how you preview items. See what they look like on your character. I forgot to buy a barrel.
I've got the best
That's
hardware
important. You
and
can't
the best prices.
do this without a barrel.
Good hunting.
Or if you're a
Looking to
Jedi or
upgrade
Sith,
your
then you would
arsenal?
do, let's see, I guess it's not here. Usually they have a hilt available.
Good
The
hunting.
hilt is what you put on your lightsaber.
Alright, make me look good.
Alright, and now that I have everything modified, I can equip them. Next, I go over to my cargo bin. Which... I know I saw it. I saw the... Oh, yep, there it is. The glowing key. That means your cargo hold. Just wanted to give Kaleo a different shirt that I think fits her a little better. It doesn't have the hood. I like the hood, but she's my heavy gunner, so she has slightly heavier looking armor, although not big bulky armor because she's definitely not a trooper. Anyway, my next guy I have to talk to is up here past the speeder vendor. That was a little graphical glitch. Sometimes that happens. It only ever lasts for about a second.
Well, what have we here? Let me take a look at you. Splendid! No one ever suspects an alien. I'm glad Keeper finally sent someone. Pity it took a disaster to get headquarters attention.
You sound like you're familiar with the director.
Oh, Keeper and I go back. I knew him before, well before he was Keeper. Wouldn't trust him if my life depended on it, though. I kid, of course. Keeper's a good sort. But here, I'm being a poor host. Have a drink. Settle in after your trip. This shop doesn't look like much, but it's secure.
Do you always imbibe on the job?
And I suppose you've never sat in a cantina with a glass of Uranian brandy hoping your cover hasn't been blown. Ours is a dangerous profession, Agent. We all find ways to take the edge off. But on to business. These terrorists you're after, they've been a thorn in my side for a long while. They're worse than the Republic in some ways.
So they're not working with the Republic?
This terror cell is homegrown, made up of Balmorans unhappy with the Empire's rule. I suspect the Republic tacitly supports the terrorists. We're their common enemy. So we do our best to cope with the bombings and sabotage.
I suppose you just sit back and wait for their attacks.
Don't be absurd. The terrorists don't announce their plans in advance, so there's little we can do. The governor makes an example of a few dozen Balmorans after each attack, but it doesn't have much of an effect. Meanwhile, I've been studying the terror cell's structure, and there's good news. If we can take out the local leader, the cell should fall apart.
What makes you so sure?
Experience, Agent. Experience and age. The terrorists call the man in charge Grey Star. He runs the cell, gives the orders, and knows all the secrets. They claim Grey Star used to work with the Eagle, but who can be sure? Only the high-ranking cell members know Greystar's identity.
We can capture a cell member and bring out the torture droids. That should get us what we need.
Messy, Agent. Very messy, and likely to alert our quarry besides. I propose another stratagem. I have a mole inside the terrorist cell already. He's a good lad. No cipher, though. He can bring you in. You'd have the opportunity to impress the terrorists, win their trust.
Win their trust, then shoot them. Got it.
Just don't forget to find Greystar before the shooting starts, eh? Sanju Pine, my operative, can introduce you to the terrorist recruiters at the Troita military workshop outside the safe zone. But be careful how you present yourself. If the terrorists suspect you're Imperial, you'll lose Greystar. And your lives.
So I know the torture line was a little dark side-ish. Hirith was joking, is what I like to think. She was being sarcastic, but Hirith is also not very good at making her sarcasm known sometimes. Sometimes it's obvious, but other times people think she's being serious. It's a trait that I also have, is that people tend to take me very seriously instead of realizing that I'm joking. Whee! We're up so high. Well, okay, not very high. There's other taxis that go much higher, but still, we're up pretty high. Whee! Oh, I think this was the wrong place to get to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go down. Is that over here? Okay. Okay. I'm okay. Just gonna platform down. Going down is much easier than going up or across because you don't need to jump, you just need to figure out where you're landing. Right. And then now I get to use my disguise for the first time. So let's activate it. Just an ordinary, streetwise citizen looking to join a terrorist cell. That's me.
Don't waste my time, Sanju. You're lucky to even be here.
I got you those scramblers, didn't I? Come on, Kimmish, you owe me. Maybe not big time, but you owe me.
When's the last time you did an operation for us?
What? Come on, we've been over this.
Greystar didn't send out a call for cowards, and neither did the Eagle. Do you think...
Hey, someone finally made it. It's great to meet you in person. This is the group I was telling you about. I think you'll get along with them real well. Better than I do, hopefully.
You're cute, but I think I'd remember if we'd met.
What? I know... Sorry, I had to be vague during our HoloNet talks. My real name's Sanju Pine. Kemish, this is the woman who got in touch with me after the Eagles broadcast. Said she wanted to join us.
Uh-huh. Sanju says you fought the Imperials at Druckenwell. Says the Empire has a bounty on your head.
I didn't know you were at Druckenwell. We should talk.
Is all that real? You some ace killer looking to get the Empire off Balmora?
You think I don't live up to my reputation?
Maybe I do. Can you blame me? My name's Kemish. These people here, they follow Greystar, our founder. They've been spat on, starved, and punished by the Empire. Now you're not from Balmora. You haven't been through what they've been through. Makes me wonder how far I can trust you.
What makes you judge and jury around here?
See these cybernetics? Earned them after an Imperial soldier threw me to the torture droids because I looked threatening when I was 18.
Damn. Kemish, I never realized...
Sure, Sanju. So, yeah, I've earned respect around here. I've earned Greystar's trust. You've got a long way to go. Look, I don't have a problem finding people for sabotage and suicide runs. But real soldiers, they're harder to find. So, take a job, show you're useful, then we'll talk.
What do you want from me, Kemish?
There's an abandoned factory not far from here. Used to make droids. but its defenses went haywire when the Empire took over. Place is swarming with rogue security units. It's also full of expensive equipment. Get inside, and there's something I want.
What if the place is locked down too tight?
If you don't think you're up for it, I can shoot you here and now. Wouldn't bother me a bit. The Okara droid factory produced shielded power cores for stealth droids. I want a case for my people. My people can convert the cores into explosives, plant them around an enemy base, and thanks to the stealth shielding, no one will know until it's too late.
Sounds nasty. But sometimes nasty is what gets the job done.
Let's be upfront. This is a test. So if you fail, don't bother coming back. We'll just kill you.
Good luck. And be careful. The factory's a nasty place.
Well, that went well. I mean, they could have been friendlier, but they didn't shoot me, which means that I am successfully undercover. Yay! Now I just gotta get into a crazy robot factory. Yay! Let's see. That's, big guns. That's where I need to go next, then. So I'll just switch back to my uniform. And I have to go around this mountain here. Oh look, somebody already got the guards, that's good.
Alright, make me look good.
Looks like they got a bunch of the guards. Hopefully they don't respawn while I'm here. And here's a lure object. Normally that takes much longer than that.
Rise and shine.
I like to avoid all the enemies that I can, because it makes it go quicker. Like I said before, I'm not a huge fan of grinding. I don't like needless filler. I like things to feel like they have a point. Oh, wait. I don't actually need to be here yet. I come here after I turn in this next quest, so let me actually teleport back to Sobrik.
Rise and shine.
And then go talk to the, what's it, General? Sergeant? Whatever? The military man. Lieutenant. Lieutenant Devereaux. That's what it says on the top right. Perfect. I just use my eyes and read.
Must have been imagining things, but I could have sworn I heard those generators go pop from here. Good work, but it looks like the resistance isn't done yet.
You'd think the Empire would have an easier time with a ragtag bunch of resistance fighters.
Used to be we kept the resistance in check in the wilds, but now they've started to get bolder. They're attacking Imperial holdings in the old Balmoran industrial area. We need to punish their boldness. Lieutenant Thorpe at Markaran Outpost has some ideas about how to put the resistance back in their place.
Oh, that person left. There they are. I really like their armor. Let me see if I can get an inspect of them. Yeah, that's some neat armor. Infamous Bounty Hunter's chest piece. Oh, this is the new armor that they made for the Mandalorian series. It's because the series just put out the new episode as of the time of this recording. It just got off hiatus, and so they made the special armor as a celebration of that. I think that it's really cool. It looks really nice, and also has better textures than a lot of the newer armor that just kind of looks like plastic. They made a lot of the armor back before they were very good at making proper textures, so it's not really their fault. But needless to say that the newer armor that they put on the cartel market has much better textures. And here's where I was a minute ago.
Alright, make me look good.
Need to head out this way. Oh great, it's the naked lady again. Put some clothes on your companion, seriously.
I hear your exploits with Lieutenant Davril went well. Let us hope you are versatile. Unlike my esteemed colleague, I do not base my mission's success on the decibel level of the explosions. Breaking the spirits of a resistance movement is like cooking a fine meal.
I don't do dinner service.
Funny. The resistance has the people's backing. We must crush the spirits of the people to crush the resistance. No doubt Lieutenant Davril told you that they've brought in cyborg mercenaries from off-world, using an experimental new drop technology to land them on the planet. These cyborgs are killing our soldiers left and right.
In that case, I hope you have a good plan.
You'll be the judge of that, I'm sure. I believe we can catch them by surprise at this location. But here's the key. I want to send the Balmoran people a clear message. We collect the technology the cyborgs use to drop onto Balmora and use it against them. Kill the cyborgs, collect the technology. What do you think?
I suppose it's not the worst plan I've heard.
I thought it was rather good myself. Bring me the cyborg technology, and I think the Balmoran people will get our message loud and clear.
Oh, I think I made him sad. Didn't mean to make him sad, but, well, Kirith probably did. Alright, that's been another hour of recording, so I think I'm going to stop here within view of the enemy lines. I like the textures of the grass and the flowers here. I think that this section of Balmora and a couple of the other sections like this are very pretty. If this wasn't a war zone, it'd be even prettier. But I will catch you next time, and we'll see how going undercover with the terrorists continues to go. I'll see you next time, and we'll continue the story of Balmora from here. Bye, guys.